Hold onto your bats.
Yep, because here we go. We gotta go deal with Honningbrew Meadery and... Sabjorn.
What are you gawking at? Can't you see I have problems here?
Is something wrong?
Are you kidding me? Look at this place. I'm supposed to be holding a tasting of the new Honningbrew Reserve for the Captain of the Guard. If he sees the meadery in this state, I'll be ruined.
I might be able to help.
Oh, really? And I don't suppose you just do it out of the kindness of your heart, would you? I hope you're not expecting to get paid until the job's done.
Just pay me when the job's done.
My only demand is that these vermin are permanently eliminated before my reputation is completely destroyed.
How do I permanently clear the vermin?
I bought some poison. I was going to have my lazy good-for-nothing assistant Malice handle it, but he seems to have vanished. If you plant this in the vermin's nest, it should stop them from ever coming back.
You've got a deal.
Don't come back until every one of those things are dead. Now
Right.
I've got to clean up this mess.
Yeah, get on it, Sabjorn. Going with the pig pokers. Kill a bunch of rats.
This will be very straightforward.
Oh, really? Venom Fang. Alright, going down. Let's switch back to the pig pokers. We cut that one in half. Nice. Set some Honningbrew meat on the ground. We'll kill the light and deal with the ambiance. Come up on some spiders here. These guys are going to be kind of scary because they're fast.
You lousy... Seriously making me angry.
Look at all the mushrooms. I do love the moving tentacles. Those are cool. We got mushrooms for days. So the lighting is just dark enough that it's dark, but just light enough I can see the traps. I like that. That one I didn't actually see, but I knew it was there.
It's never straightforward.
Oh, they know I'm here.
Take heed of my warnings. I'm warning you.
Stop that!
Quit throwing rocks at me. Oh yeah? Let's
It's
do
no
something
fun
like
unless you
this.
fight me with magic.
Trust me, you don't want none of this.
How about we don't use magic? We'll use the offhand dagger. Take you out that way. Don't really want to read his journal. Do want to poison the nest. That is a skill book. Can always tell by the price. High price book, probably a skill book. Ouch. That hurt. We should have called this the Butthurt stream. Because I just did my taxes today. And my butt hurts.
Was something we discussed unclear?
Job's finished.
Well, it's about time. I had to stall the captain until you were finished.
What about my pay?
You'll just have to wait until after the captain's finished. I suppose you can wait around if you must.
Well, Sebjorn, now that you've taken care of your little pest problem, how about I get a taste of some of your mead?
Help yourself, my lord. It's my finest brew yet. I call it Honningbrew Reserve. I think you'll find it quite pleasing to your palate.
Oh, come now. This is mead, not some wine to be sipped and savored.
Hey, what's up, Gears? What's up? This is the Butthurt stream.
What's in this?
Because I just did my taxes today.
I don't know.
And
What's
my
wrong?
butt still hurts.
You assured me this place was clean. I'll see to it that you remain in irons for the rest of your days.
It's terrible that you put
Please,
money
I
away
don't
for
understand.
retirement. And when you go to
idiot.
collect on it,
I
they
should have
tax you
known
at
better
like
to trust this
12.5%.
place after it's been riddled with filth.
I beg you, please.
You know, 12
This
bucks
is
out of
not
every
what it
100 bucks
seems.
they get. That's terrible. Especially knowing what they spent it on.
You're in charge here until I can sort this all out.
It will be my pleasure.
Transgender
And
rat
you,
studies
You're
in,
coming with me to
you know,
Dragon's Reach.
Bangladesh or
See
whatever.
how quickly your memory clears in the city's prisons. Now,
I'm like, that's,
move.
why are you taking my money for
I
that?
assure you, this is all just a huge misunderstanding.
I said move.
Farewell, Sebjorn. I don't think that could have gone any better.
You need
Anything
some
else
sun.
you need before you head back to Riften?
Need a little vitamin D.
I need to get a look at Sabjorn's books.
So, Maven wants to hunt down Sabjorn's private partner, huh? You're welcome to take a look around Sabjorn's office. He keeps most of his papers stashed in his desk. Here, this should help.
Are you sure you're not a zombie? Oh wait, I don't have that.
You never mentioned that lunatic living in the tunnels.
I thought it would be better to leave some of the details out of our previous discussion. Didn't want to risk you walking away from the job. Besides, you've done Maven a favor getting rid of him, and saved me from wasting coin hiring someone else to do it later. Remember to put
We're
in a
all
good
zombies.
word with
He's a
Maven
zombie
me.
for sure, though. Skin tone that like that. That or a vampire. He could be a vampire too, I guess. He does not look healthy. It does not look like a healthy color. He looks undead. All my friends are skeletons. I'll take them boiled cream treats. Take that bottle of wine. You know, give me the grilled leeks and that salmon steak there too. Hey, what's up, Sphinx? Yes, we're a thief. We're stealing everything. Don't like it? Don't hire a thief to do the job. Alright, so we need to go back to Riften. Or where else do we need to go? It's nice weather. Let's take a look at our map, shall we? Alakir prisoner. We got a couple things up here. Eriker's house. The deed. Messenger left. Bile Gulch Mine. Balder's hunting party. Looking for lockpicking. ASMR. Came to the right place. What's an ASMR? So do we want to go up to, okay, we got a few different places we can go. We can go back and talk to Maven, which would be Riften. Arcanium for a book on the Falmer language. Nettlebane. Baytild. We already killed Baytild. What's up, Sudden Strike? So we've already killed Baytail, the Nonius Papias. And Erica's house. It's either up or down. So we got stuff to do way up here, which we haven't been there yet. We've got stuff to do at Mazincha left. Why don't we do Mazincha left? And then we'll go to Riften. So we're going north. Norte. Let's go. Should we get ourselves a ride? We also need to go south. Sound therapy? Okay. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about that. That's a new one for me. So let's put a marker there. It looks like we need to go up over the hill. Then we need to go south and get the moon amulet too. Insomnia and stress. Okay. I just put things in perspective. That helps with my stress. I just did my taxes. And I realized that they're robbing me. My butt still hurts. From getting reamed by the federal government. And my state government. Actually, I'm getting money back from state, but the federal government took quite a bit of money from me. Can I get off of this thing? Oh my gosh, who are you?
Fight with courage, not anger.
Who are you?
This is the end for you.
Well, you're pretty good at blocking. Not good enough. Red guard. Banzai! Another thing that really helped with putting things in perspective was just reminding myself that my head wasn't on fire. And then all of a sudden, all of my problems seemed very trivial. Because if my head was on fire, then I'd really be having a bad day. I mean, it wouldn't burn very long. There's not a whole lot of fuel up there. But it would still suck pretty hardcore. And it just helped me put things into perspective. And that's something that I taught my kids too, you know. Well, it could be worse. Your head could be on fire. And if you start living with that as kind of being the gauge of what something is bad, you know, or when something is bad, then the little things don't really bother you. You're like, well, my head's not on fire. It could be a lot worse. We're gonna go get Grimsever. Oh, there's a bunch of bad guys here.
I'll defend what's right. My will is unbreakable.
Oh my
Not
gosh,
impressed.
okay.
If it's a fight you want,
What made you so angry?
Alright, we need to like heal up a little bit.
Think you're different? I'd much prefer to live and let live.
Yeah, I bet it does
I would
burn.
surrender if you
Oh,
stopped
okay.
attacking.
We need to take this guy out right here. This guy's a pain in my butt. Alright. We need to take out that other mage too.
Go bark up a different tree. Well, that's just rude.
boil your blood and grind your bones.
Good, took out the mages. Now we can take these guys. These guys are... We got another mage up there.
Seriously making me angry.
Ouch! Okay, not a mage. Alright, give me a bigger weapon.
I'll bury you!
Do you even have money?
I know I just knocked him down.
Death is highly overrated!
Yeah, and you're going down. Alright, our combat stress is pretty high though. There's a lot of combat stress going on. Who's got some booze? I need to drink the booze. We'll take those fire arrows. What do you got? Could be worse. Usually doesn't dial in a person. This person experience worse. Well, have you ever had your head on fire? I've come close welding. Back when I used to have hair. I'll tell you, it sucks. Drop a hot piece of slag on your head. That's about 5,600 degrees molten metal. It's really, it like sears instantly. Doesn't actually, it's not really a burn. It turns the skin white. It like insta sears it. And it hurts like hell. Especially on your head. So yeah, that's not something you really want. Alright, we need to pray. Reduce our stress. Still feeling somewhat stressed. Okay, let's see if we have something to drink. Do we have any wine? Oh, we have wine. We have 13 bottles of wine. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna drink too. They're small. Alright, that looks better. Alright, that's where we came from. Actually, it was something that changed my whole attitude towards life. So kind of an interesting story I'll share with you. Back when I used to drink and I used to let things get under my skin and try to control most things in my life that were out of my control, which caused me stress, right? I used to drink a lot. So I was at work and things didn't go my way and that day. So I came home and started doing shots of tequila My wife and kids weren't home yet. I think this was before I had kids. And I'm about 4 shots of tequila in, and I'm ranting and raving through the house, you know, doing the normal, punching walls, throwing shit. And I, in my drunken stupor, said that. Well, it could be worse. My head could be on fire. And I stopped for a moment, and I just thought about that. And I realized that all of the things that I was upset about, the things that didn't go right, the things that, you know, I was upset about, were very trivial by comparison to my head being on fire. And so I started living by that. You know, well, is my head on fire? Nope. Okay, well then it's not that bad. I can deal with it. And that helped a lot with my stress levels for sure.
Never in doubt.
Because I don't drink anymore. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke. So none of that. I used to, all of it. But yeah, I don't need to anymore. Don't want to. I don't have any desire to. Which is a really nice feeling. Hear a lot of phrases that seem meaningless as kids, and later we discover the actual words of wisdom. Scrape. Well, I drink coffee, so I guess that's my vice. I gave up sex without marriage, so never have a drink or did drugs, but used to smoke still 3 years ago. I smoked for over 30 years, like a pack to 2 packs a day. And I knew I was going to smoke myself into a grave. But I switched to vaping and then worked my nicotine level down to 0. And then got really into playing this game. And I would only vape outside or smoke outside. I never smoked in the house. So I wanted to be in here playing the game more than I wanted to be outside vaping. And since the juice I was using was 0 nicotine, it's not like I had any withdrawals. So it was really easy to quit at that point. I'm just like, well, I'd rather be in here playing Skyrim, you know. And so that's where I was. I was in here playing Skyrim.
Why do they need to scream so much? If they would just give us their code, we wouldn't need to run them
Can't
through.
believe that guy. Someone there?
Oh crap, you know I'm here. I was going to try to sneak up on you and slit your throat. You're really good with that shield.
I'll never get tired of killing these bastards.
I'm surprised you...
Never vaped.
You never stood a chance against me.
I tried quitting smoking and it was, yeah. After smoking for 30 years, I knew if I didn't quit, I was going to smoke myself into a grave. So, and just quitting cold turkey didn't work for me. I couldn't do it. So having something else that was, and I found that the root of my addiction wasn't really the nicotine. It was oral tactile fixation, right? Hand to mouth. It was all hand to mouth. Yeah, vaping's much easier to quit, and if you can get off cigarettes and just go to strictly to vaping, and then work your nicotine level down to 0, and then just find something else you like to do better. And in my case, it was playing Skyrim. You know, I'd rather be in here playing Skyrim. You smoke salmon? Ooh. What? No brisket? You better smoke some brisket too. It's hard to keep lit, but gotta work really hard to keep the brisket lit. You smoke skooma? Okay, fair enough. Go ahead. I like smoked salmon, little locks. That's good. I like brisket though too.
I have a feeling there's going to be
Oh my gosh, they know I'm here. Oh my gosh, they know I'm
No,
here.
you don't.
We just chopped the clothes right off of him. They had fire salts. They have cheese. What else you got? An amulet of Mara. And pastrami. Oh. I actually worked with a guy who made his own pastrami. So he would start off with pieces of meat and he would pickle them, right, and make corned beef, and then he would take that and pepper it and then smoke it and make his own pastrami. And that was some of the best meat I've ever eaten in my life. You know, definitely some of the best pastrami I've ever eaten. Oh, this guy had a bunch of stuff. Jar of spider eggs. Lost Thieves Guild plan. Planter bucket of snowberries. Okay, that's interesting. Well, then you got to come by. I need to try your pastrami. You slay the cow. I do it all. I butcher the cow. Why don't we go drop some stuff off? No. Oh, I'm disappointed. You guys are making me hungry. You're a chef, not a butcher? Well, why can't you be both? On the 10-day brine. Oh. We're making corned beef. It's just tastier. If you let it go one more day. The meat that I cooked last night, I barbecued up a couple of ball tips that had been sitting in marinade for 2 days. So they were exceptional. And then my wife got these potatoes. They were, no kidding, they were freaking that big. So I did 2 of those potatoes up on the rack in the barbecue. And we only ended up eating one of them. We cut it in half. And then we had Caesar salad. So salad, potato, and beef. Ooh, that was dinner last night. Tonight, what did my wife say she was going to make? She said she was going to make something for tonight for dinner. Salad. We're having salad. Because we've got some bacon, and we've got some croutons, and we've got, you know, probably a little bit of Parmesan cheese. It'll be good. We'll make a good salad. Oh, we've got, the avocados are perfect, so we're going to cut up some avocados in there. And then I had one of those this morning, and some hard-boiled egg. Kind of make like a chef salad. Stab the salad first. No, we just let Casca stab it once. And it said, "Et tu, Brute?" Who needs lettuce when you have bacon? Well, yeah, okay. I can't really argue that a whole lot. I am a fan of bacon. But a salad does need some lettuce, I guess. I do like good food. Although I am contemplating a 100-hour fast. Bacon salad. Bacon, it's what's for dinner. I don't think we need 6 of those. Anything that says minor we'll get rid of. We have 3 ultimate healing. The bacon ranch dressing, it's required. You people are funny. Would you like some more bacon with your bacon? Chicken bacon ranch pizza. I do like bacon on my pizza. Bacon pretty much goes with everything. One night we're doing movie night, me and my daughter, and we decided to stop halfway through the movie and go get some ice cream, right? From the freezer, of course. And I'm like, oh, you know what would be so good with this? She goes, what? I said bacon. I was joking. She's like, oh, I gotta try that. So she ended up putting bacon on her ice cream. And she loved it. And I'm like, you realize that I was joking you, right? That was a joke. She's like, but it's so good. I'm like, okay. All right, I'm gonna back away slowly now. Maple bacon bits, amazing on ice cream. Well, I bet the maple ones are good. This was like hickory smoked, thick cut bacon that she used. But I guess the hickory would be good too if it's like a vanilla. But seriously, I was just joking. So, oh, she took it seriously. Of course, once she found out that I had a spice cabinet when I was teaching her how to cook, yeah, she went crazy. But she's got a good taste for things, so she does pretty well. Plus, she reads a lot, so she reads a lot of recipes and stuff, and she knows the basics, like how to make a basic white sauce and how to roast a chicken, and what else did I teach her? How to make her own chicken broth. Pretty simple. You know, a lot of the meals we start off with sauteing onions and garlic in a pan, adding whatever meat you want, and then build it from there, right? Any direction you want to go. So I taught her a lot of that stuff. Her mother really wasn't a cook. Her mother was the baker. So she learned baking from her mother, and she learned how to cook from me. Because my mother taught me how to cook, because she didn't want me to be reliant on a woman to take care of me. She wanted to make sure I could take care of myself. That I wasn't going to get married just because I needed a woman to cook and clean for me. Nice pans. Ex-roommate taught me his kid how to cook. Use them. Nice pans are important, at least ones that heat evenly. And I do enjoy non-stick. But I mean, you can season a good cast iron pan, and it's non-stick. If you season it right, it's non-stick and it'll last forever. And then don't ever use soap on it. You know, you're just wiping it out after that. And I love cooking on cast iron. Cast iron's very nice. We're learning stuff. Oh, did they wash your cast iron pans? Or did they burn something in them? It's kind of like seasoning a wok. If you have a nicely seasoned wok, you can stir fry for days.
Nice and easy.
If I can just stand up.
Oh!
Over here. Hurry up and come at me. I ain't got all day.
Oh, stop showing off.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And then we're gonna get back
Why are
in
you
here.
so angry?
Take out the mage. Take out the mage.
It's... I cannot...
No! Kill you!
Best to strike from cover.
You ain't your shot!
Just getting warmed up.
Put him down. You're baking me crazy. Put one right through his neck. The mages we gotta watch out for. It can be a hassle. I'll take that. And that. What else we got over here? Whole lot of nothing. They're gonna have a shocking experience. I see you. Gotcha. Ooh, that guy had a filled grand soul gem. And some elven arrows. Some dwarven arrows. So, what are the dwarves doing with elven arrows? That's what I want to know. I'm a little confused. Oh, I see you too. Oh, you're not there yet. How about we recharge this? Yo, go to the side, go to the side. See slumps in the corner. Palmer cover up. Maybe. No promises. No messy surprises. Where are you? Where are you going? Okay, I don't really care. Unless you're coming back, which it sounds like you're coming back. Let's see if we can get through here and maybe get to a place you can't get us. Yeah, we're cheesing you. You were worth cheesing. So I'm guessing we're hungry. I just heard my stomach. Let's drink another wine. Got plenty of rabbit. Goat cheese wheel. He eats it by the block. I am digging that axe. The judgment axe. Down to the depths. Oh no, a heavy scrub pad on your nice stainless steel. Yeah, that'd do it too. Chopping that axe. No, we're kicking axe. Oh, that was a headshot. Come on. Both of those were headshots. Alright, fine.
It's always kill or be killed.
Let me ask you a question.
You will regret that. Right down to business.
Did he drown? No. Now he's dead. Why don't we do something like that? Something like that. Maybe something like this. Launched him.
Run while you can.
You're not really that great with the bow. Guess he hadn't learned how to shoot yet. Things can be worse, even for Falmer. Yeah. We steal their Charis eggs. I'm here to chew bubble gum and kill pasty elves. And I'm all out of bubble gum.
Stop acting like a...
Got him in a corner. Let's keep slicing and dicing. That is a weird sensation. So, just fell over. It is pretty bright in here. It's kind of nice we don't need a light. Oh, that was cool. Char's got stuck in his own trap. Hey. That one got you, didn't it? That one got you too.
Brewing up a plan?
Yes, we have a plan. We have a plan. Plan goes like this. Stay away from the pasty elves. Look like women and smell like hell. So if you take my sound advice, keep it to at least 10 feet. Oh.
Lucky hit.
Against my better judgment, I once went camping with an elf. Is anybody here familiar with what is his name? Slughorn, I think his name is.
You have every reason to believe.
That's right, I blocked your arrow. I said, block it. Push button, get bacon.
You fight well for a weakling.
Anyhow, look up the song Raffle Mal. Rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off, Raffle Mal. Slughorn did that one, but they also did one called Scripted Elves. They're pretty funny. They're from way back. That's what I was quoting. So if you've never heard them, and if you know anything about World of Warcraft, and you want a good laugh, yeah, go check them out. Because they're funny. Storm Hand, short range thunder blast, 60 points of shock damage. Na 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 na. Hey, I totally dodged that.
Think you can take me?
It's a level 26. We're only level 20. Soon to be 21. I like my axe. I like the daggers too, though. And I like all the free soul gems. And goblin ears. Should we eat one? Maybe. Damage, health, resist poison, frenzy, fortify lockpicking. Like, my eyes are burning, my eyes are burning. Yeah, well, that's what you get for just eating random shit you find in a dungeon. Figure out what it does. Yeah, we don't know what it does. How about we eat one? As long as it's not Batwing. Or what was the other one we didn't want to eat? It like paralyzed us forever. There was another one that was pretty bad. Alright. Let's prepare for battle. A little bit of troll blood. A little stone flesh. Let's get our hot girlfriend in on the mix. Come on, hot girlfriend. Oh, she didn't work. Where's my hot girlfriend? Come on. Come on. First person who milked the cow felt. Yeah. Yeah, how did they figure out some of these things? Like beer, for instance. How did they figure out hops and then let it ferment? And then, how did they figure that's what I want to know. Okay, I was hoping to get my hot girlfriend in the mix. There she is.
I highly suggest you reconsider.
Oh, we took him out with the big pokers. Likely an accident for beer. Yeah, well, what about... Well, wine I can kind of see, right? Where they had grapes and they got fermented grapes and they figured out wine. That's easier than beer. But some of these things are a little more complicated. So you kind of wonder, okay, who came up with that?
I'm not afraid to get my hands a little dirty.
I think a lot of those things were an accident. And they're like, hey, that's pretty tasty. And it gets us drunk. Woo, make some more. Or like mead. I don't think we have this thing yet. Yes, we lack the required item. So we can't go down to Blackreach. But we did grab Grimsever, so... We did grab Grimsever, right? Yes, we did. So we can boogie. All before refrigeration too, so imagine effort to preserve foods. Maybe. Oh crap, wrong one. They would just slaughter a cow and hang it upside down and cut the green part off the outside. You know? As they were eating it. Don't mind, I got up a little early, took the liberty of milking your cow for you. Yeah, it took a little while to get warmed up. She's her stubborn one. Don't have a cow, we have a bull. Okay. I think that would be a bad idea. Okay, we need to return to Mule, but let's put that on. Let's put that on so we can stay warm. And then let's, it's nighttime. We better make a fire. Hey, what's up, RM? Fire! No, don't cut it. Use it. Use. Build fire. Strike stone. And now we won't be cold. We're ready to go up a level. Or did aliens teach us? Ooh. Beer is something that was discovered by mistake? Maybe. The game ESO, the PvP is a lot of fun. Okay, well, I don't play online games. And I don't like player versus player. But thanks for the recommendation. I'm sure there are people who do enjoy that style of gameplay. Wet bread. Yeah, that could do it. I would rather just be me and the computer and not have to worry about other people. I played a lot of like Call of Duty. I was part of a gaming clan for a while called Firing Squad. And we had our own server for Call of Duty and Battlefield. And invariably there was always people that would show up that would Rule 7 it, you know, and would ruin it for everybody else. Rule 7 is some people are assholes. For those of you who don't know Rule 7. So they would just show up and be a-holes and just make everybody else have a miserable time. And that pretty much got me stop playing multiplayer online games. I'm too old for that. I don't need that kind of headache. So I just don't go there. Like I said, I'm sure there's people out there that really enjoy that style of gameplay and don't mind, you know, a few people being jerks, you know. Not winding up in toxic servers, circles, games, yeah. Well, we had our own server, and for our gaming clan. The problem is that people would jump into our server and try to take it over, and would try to boot people, vote boot people. And so then I'd have to go into the server admin, page and boot them, well, ban them basically from our servers. And then we had like Friday nights, we had a fun thing that we did on Friday nights. We did knives only in Call of Duty, and it was the small map, the map that's just shipping containers. That was a lot of fun because we'd run around trying to slash each other with knives, and you'd see other people, jumping and slashing and trying to get so it was funny, and it was fun. But then we'd get somebody come in there who would just, have a machine gun. Resistances by 25%. Let's do poison would be a good one. And let's do frost. That's a good one. So we'd have to remind them, hey, it's knives only, and if they kept shooting the machine gun, we'd have to boot them, right? And that was kind of a pain in the butt. But every now and then we'd get somebody that'd come in and we're like, knives only, knives only. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they'd be part of it, What about this player versus player in Skyrim? Not interested. And the main reason I'm not interested is on a modded Skyrim. The thing about Skyrim is my game is so modded that it's so different than other people's modded version. So there's no way, the only way that it could be even is if we all played vanilla Skyrim. And after the game being out for nearly 14 years, I don't really want to play vanilla Skyrim anymore. I want to play Skyrim with mods, but I want to play it my way, right? Some people love Requiem and they make it punishing, they make it far more difficult. And like my game, I've got de-leveled enemies, so sometimes I got to run away, otherwise I'm going to die, I'm going to get killed. So, I mean, if you did it where everybody was playing vanilla Skyrim and was equal, and was using the same types of weapons, then it might be something, but I don't really think so. I mean, you get enough of that playing the NPCs. And the way I have it with Scar, they can use the same movesets I can use. And they can use the same weapons I can use, especially with like Shadow of Skyrim. If I've got a weapon that I've magicked up quite a bit, and they kill me, with Shadow of Skyrim, they may take my weapon from me. And when I go back to get it, I'm going to have to fight them using my magicked up weapon that they stole from me. So that's kind of a challenge. Terra, community online gaming is very toxic. Yeah, well, some people don't have anything better to do than be a pain in the butt for other people. And that's sad. I remember Call of Duty, we'd have spawn campers. They would just camp at the spawn points to get as many kills as they could. You had people that would dolphin dive. You had people that were wall spamming with, a machine gun that had 100 rounds. And they would just spam the walls of the buildings until they saw a hitbox. and then keep spamming it and kill you from the other side of the wall. They'd get the perk where they could shoot through walls. Yeah, so I mean, and that kind of sucked all the fun of it. It wasn't fun at that point. You know, or people that would put blade point, Mr. Streamer? I don't even know what that is. Hack and slash melee battle royal game? Yeah, never played it. Let's put it this way. When I was younger, I'm creeping up on 60 years old now, okay? So when I was younger, the video games that I played were in arcades. And they were the big arcade games like Pac-Man, Spy Hunter, Galaxian, or Centipede, or Asteroids, okay? Those were the kind of games I played growing up. And then I got away from that because I was working too much. I didn't really have time to go to the arcades and play games like I did when I was younger. I did have an injury in 2004 that laid me up for a while. I wasn't able to go to work and I had to heal. Basically, I shattered my ankle and I had 6 screws and a metal plate put in there. So I was laid up, and a good friend of mine bought me Morrowind to play on my laptop to pass the time. And it sat on my desk for about 2 weeks before I finally got bored enough to load it up. Because I'm like, I don't play video games, dude. I'm not interested in playing video games anymore. And he's like, oh, you never seen anything like this one. You know, he's my age. And he was right. I had never seen anything like that before. Finally loaded it up, and I'm like, you know, this is freaking awesome. Playing Morrowind in 2004. And I got hooked. And then I found mods. Right? And I started modding my game out. And pretty soon the little integrated graphics on my laptop couldn't handle it. So I had to learn how to build a computer so I could play the game that I was now firmly addicted to. And then when Oblivion came out, I bought it. And then I learned how to make mods. And then I started making mods for Oblivion in 2007. And just been playing Elder Scrolls games ever since. So I got hooked on Morrowind, and then played Oblivion and modded Oblivion. And then now it's all about Skyrim. I ported a bunch of my mods over to Skyrim from Oblivion. And then Halgari makes Wabbajack a way to create a mod list, and Bethesda updated to, you know, special edition, anniversary edition, which is 64-bit, which gave us light plugins and allowed us to have mod lists with, you know, more than 2,000 to 4,000 plugins in a mod list. Whereas, you know, originally we were limited by the 32-bit operating system and 255 plugins. That's what we were limited by originally. So then I got into building this mod list that I'm playing. It's called the Nico Experience, and maintaining it. And, you know, if I want to make another mod someday, I know how. But I made a lot of, like the arrows that are on my back, I made those. The daggers that I'm carrying right now, I made those based on a shape from, those are Tariel's daggers from Lord of the Rings. There's Mario. Lineage 2. I did a lot of bows. I did a lot of the shapes of the bows from Lineage 2. I really liked the high fantasy shapes, but the bows in Lineage 2 didn't have a bowstring. So in order to convert them over, I had to redesign some of them so that a bowstring would fit. And then for Oblivion, it was using bow morphs based on Wendy's method for doing that. And then for Skyrim, it was actually rig them to a bone structure. And then when I did Bowgasm, I remade every bow in the game except for 2. There's only 2 bows that I did not remake in the original game. One of them is, oh my gosh, it's the Dark Dwarven bow that you get in Solstheim. I didn't redo that one, and then I did not redo Ariel's bow. I left that one alone. Why? I don't know. I guess I'm old and I'm set in my ways, and I don't... The more people I like, the more I like my dog. I think that's the best way to describe it. My best friend is my wife. And I don't really meet a whole lot of other people that I want to spend time with. A lot of people tend to be very fake, and they try to be somebody that they're not. And that bothers the crap out of me. I don't want to waste my time there. They don't need to impress me. I don't need to impress them. That's not how my world works. Morrowind Daedric weapons, 6 of them. Yeah, I made a lot of bows for Oblivion. Basically what allowed me to do that was Wendy's method for doing bow morphs. You're going to need an older version of Nifscope to use that method. Yeah, I don't bother myself with it because it's kind of a rare thing when you find people that are genuine. When I find people that are genuine, I keep them around. And it's really easy for me to pick out the ones that are and the ones that aren't. If you don't worry about what other people think and just simply be yourself, you're much better off than trying to modify who you are to fit somebody else's idea of who you should be. I'm pretty happy with myself. I like who I am. Some people are really annoyed by me because I tell the truth all the time, but I would much rather hear an uncomfortable truth than a comfortable lie.
Choose wisely.
It's like some people, they'll talk to you and they'll never tell you that you got a piece of lettuce stuck in your teeth because they're afraid that they don't want to hurt your feelings, right? Hurt my feelings. It's going to hurt my feelings if you don't tell me I've got a piece of lettuce stuck in my teeth. You know? There's a tactful way to do it. Like, hey dude, you got something stuck right there. So, yeah, I'm a facts over feelings kind of guy myself. I don't try to hurt anybody's feelings, but I won't change who I am to fit somebody else's feelings. But I found ways around that I can still be respectful to other people,
No turning back now.
but maintain my own beliefs. You know. Kind of like with my good friend Ireshot. Okay? I like them a lot, although their beliefs are slightly different than mine, and I'm not going to modify my beliefs. But instead of using pronouns at all, I will simply just call them by their name. That way I'm not offending them, and I'm not changing who I am. Does that make sense? I will respect them by calling them by their name. And we can get along just fine without using any pronouns whatsoever. Because honestly, I'm old school. I don't believe in that. I believe in genetics. You were born a certain biological gender. Okay, but I know some people don't believe that, and they wish to be called something else or whatever. And I don't want to hurt their feelings, okay, but I don't want to change who I am to fit them. So the best way I found is just don't use pronouns at all. Call them by their name.
Why choose death?
You can't offend them by calling them by their name, and you're not being untrue to yourself either in your own beliefs.
This will be very straightforward.
So I think it's about being true to yourself, but also being nice to other people. You don't have to be an a-hole about it, you know. You don't have to rule 7 it. And you don't have to get in an argument about it either. There's no sense in that. Nobody wins. With you fly down at work and realize who the real ones are. Well, see, that some people might be offended by that. They'd be like, okay, you're exposing yourself, right? And that's kind of a bad thing. We're going to leave all this stuff here. This is some cool armor. This is the Valkyrie armor. It's actually really nice for female armor. But we don't need it, and it's really heavy. And this is this is Dragon Lord. Really nice male armor.
Consider me provoked.
Enough of this!
Try it. I'm just busting all your stuff up. I think the best way to deal with that is the freedom perspective of it. That I'm not going to tell you what to believe, but that also means you don't get the right to tell me what to believe. So I will give you your freedom, and you give me mine. And I think that's the best way to deal with it. True. But I believe that I like that notes on the Lunar Forge. It's like handwritten. It's a nice book cover. Cool. I'll give you an example. One of my daughter's really good friends is biologically born female, but uses pronouns of him, his, right? And has changed their name. So when I first knew this person when they were born, they were called Olivia, and then they had changed their name to Kaito, and now they're known as a different name, which is also masculine in orientation. So I will just call them by their name. And that's the way I stay respectful there. Because that's their own choice. If they want to live their life like that, that's their choice. But I don't need to use pronouns at all. And I think if I slip based on your biological gender, you shouldn't get upset at me. Because I'm human. And like all other humans, I make mistakes. I know, strange topic of discussion today, right? It's alright, my head's not on fire. It's not that bad. Well, to me, it's really simple when I meet people, right? You're either cool or you're not cool. That's it, in a nutshell. So, I like to hang out with cool people. You know, we've got a couple of gay guys in our neighborhood that have a dog. I see them walking around the park all the time. Their dog's name is Chorizo, and my dog kind of likes to play with Chorizo a little bit. But it doesn't bother me what people do on their spare time or who they decide to love. That has no impact on me whatsoever. Okay, so I really don't care. That's your thing. You do you, I'll do me, it's all good. You don't step on my toes, I won't step on your toes. As long as you're not impacting me directly, I don't care. If you're happy, I'm happy for you. And it's not my job to judge. That's way above my pay grade. Way, way, way above my pay grade. Also, I don't like when people judge me. You know, based on all the tattoos and bald head and being a construction worker, ex-construction worker, you know, I get judged on that stuff. People look at me certain ways because of that. So I think it kind of boils down to, and that was another thing about working construction. I worked with all kinds of people. I worked with a young lady who went by Brick. Her name was Brick. Now, Brick never wore a bra, and she always talked about going home and banging her old lady. So it didn't bother me. That's just who she was. She was a talented electrician, and that was good enough. Tattoos, criminal. Yeah, Yakuza. No, I'm not part of the mafia. I just like art. And each one has a meaning for me. Memories. I carry memories. So we need to go back to Maven. We need to go to the Arcanium. And we need to go back and talk to Nazir. Bald, real life, Walter White. No. The big man decided I shouldn't have hair. I wasn't going to fight him, and I don't want to look like Friar Tuck. So I just shaved the rest of it off. And embraced the bald, baby. It's the best haircut I've ever had. I wake up in the morning and go, wait, I need to do my hair. Okay, I'm ready. Save a lot on shampoo. Never have to worry about hair blowing into my mouth or my eyes. You know. Aerodynamics. Yes, no kidding. I think it just froze up. I think the game just froze up. What are we, an hour and 36 minutes in? That sucks. Shall we find out why it did that? I'll tell you what, let's try this first. Nope, that ain't it. Okay, so let's do this. I probably want to go down to Windows Error Reporting. And close that. Then we'll come back up here and close this. And then we're going to check our crash log and see what it says. Probably something stupid. Khajiit has wares. HKP rigid body. So it is an animation from Khajiit has wares. Interesting. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. So does this automatically choose things? I don't know. Dawn Stars, Embers XD. No, it doesn't automatically choose it. Great City of Dawn Star. Hey, what's up? Devilman. I think we use the cloth mannequins. We do use Peltapalooza. Peltapalooza Lux. So I guess we don't need that one. Sir guy. Cities of the North, no, but the great city of Dawnstar, we do use that. I will ignore you. So basically we just reinstalled it just to make sure that the files are still okay. Dawnguard, Dragonborn, Hearthfires, because it has Where's Great City of Dawnstar. Okay, so we can't use that one because... So we need to get rid of that. Because we're using a combined one. That might be part of the problem. Sort it. Apply it. Run it. What am I adding? I'm not adding anything. I am reinstalling Khajiit Has Wares because I got a crash at about an hour and 36 minutes in that was referencing basically an animation from Khajiit Has Wares. So I'm wondering if it got corrupted somehow. I reinstalled that just to make sure that the files are fresh. I mean, the other thing I could do is redo Nemesis, but I don't think it needs it. It may have just had trouble loading because of the content, how much stuff is out there coming out of Whiterun. I doubt it though. Usually it'll load everything okay. I did fix my reshade. As you can see, I'm not getting a red line there anymore. So I don't like it if it crashes. I'll figure out what the problem is and I'll fix it. I do like those 4.5 hour streams with no crash. I do like when I stream for like 5.5 hours and I'm getting tired and I try to make it crash and I end up going 6.5 hours with no crashes. Even trying to crash it for like the last hour, I'm trying to crash it and I can't crash it. So that's what I like. That's how the game should run, but it doesn't always run that way. You can get it really, really stable. But I think it's still, even if it's as stable and patched as it can be, I will prune you, Inigo the Brave. That is a custom load screen from Inigo. We cook the beef or take our milk? Drinks? Food? A true dilemma. Probably a little bit of both. Let's see if it loads up inside of Whiterun or outside of Whiterun. It loaded up outside of Whiterun. So we didn't really lose anything. We are in combat though. Wonder why we're in combat. Who's hissing at me? All right. Let's go back and talk to Nazir. And then we'll make our way back to Riften. We also need to where's the moon amulet? We need to go there. So we're kind of going the wrong way. Turn around. Let's go get Carjo's moon amulet. And then we'll go stop by Falkreath area.
Damn, rebels.
Some Imperials getting drunk in the back of a wagon. Nothing to see here. We could catch a ride. Why don't we go to Rorikstead? I do love Destinations. Destinations is a pretty cool mod. Adds more carriage stop spaces that go to more of the small settlements. Welcome to Rorikstead. We're by the garden. We have to stop by the garden. Pick some for later. Our character has a problem. Alright, so where is this moon amulet? So we're going to Bile Gulch Mine. Probably take that off. Oh my! You've never seen the garden? I made that for a friend of mine, Fat. That's a lot of bud, yes it is. They're pretty ripe.
First one's free.
So we do have a long pipe. So after we stop by the garden, we can sit down and take a break. You have lived in that garden before? So we're gonna eat like hobbits and smoke like wizards. Some old Toby. It'll help settle your note. In and out. What's this about the greenwood? The greenwood is sick, Gandalf. Nothing grows there anymore. At least nothing good. I'm a big fan of Hobbit movies and Lord of the Rings. So yeah. Gotta put that in my game. South Farthing, yes. Toxic Avenger as Greenwood. Well, it sounds like he's got to go see a doctor if his wood's green. Just saying.
No turning back now.
I'm sure they make a cream for that. It might be prescription though. Fixes the greenwood. I'm not familiar with the Toxic Avenger too much, so no. Let's go about right there, that's good. I have seen a lot of interesting movies. So how do we get to this Bile Gulch mine? That sounds like it's a bad guy. He has some good stuff though. Squirrel! Oh, this is one of the fairy rings over here, isn't it? Yes. Fairy ring. Oh, the mushrooms. There's a couple fairy rings in the game. This is one of them. Hey, what's up? I'll just call you Yuki. What's up, Yuki? We'll make it easy. Well, we're on our way to get the moon amulet for gotta make it to Bile Gulch Mine, which is kind of over that way, but I'm not sure how to get there. We may have to go around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Alright, let's get there the easy way.
You ought not to jest with the likes of me.
Oh, we're over the hill. Okay. Coming down. Oh, we need to take these guys
Trust
out.
me, you don't want none of... Don't you ever get tired of this?
Oh, we
I
got...
always do the same thing
Oh
over
my
and
gosh,
over
we got
again.
lots of people. Why don't we do something like that? Get some troll's blood going. Oh. And let's stone flesh it. See if we can get our hot girlfriend in the
Don't
mix
you ever
too.
get tired of this?
Where's my hot girlfriend? What do you do? Oh my gosh.
I will persevere.
Taking one bandit at a
I'll
time.
take all the blows and
Oh.
keep standing.
Someone's got to hurt you.
Here, meet my girlfriend. She'll light you up.
It's no better to be safe than sorry.
You can't beat me.
You want to bet? Bandits. That one had rapiers. Bunch of gauntlets. We're still in combat.
Looking to put your name in the history books? I do love a little suspense.
Oh, crud. We just went right past him.
You're not playing fair.
We got him. We've got some combat stress going on. This ought to be fun. Daedric invisibility. Because of our favor with Boethia. She likes it when we poison her blades too, doesn't she? Have we got any poison? We got skooma, no poison.
We're not alone. I guess I was just hearing things.
Keep on keeping on.
Oh, that worked out pretty good. Helps being invisible. There's his moon amulet. Snag. Oh, should we hang upside down? Let's do it. So, this is one of the trap mods. So if you hit the arrow up button, you'll do that, and then you just keep hitting the W button to fill up the bar, and you'll drop down. But bad guys can be hitting you while you're hanging upside down. Also, bad guys can get caught in the trap too. Meat pie, get your meat pie. So I do like those ankle traps, those are cool. Yeah, it's Trappy Traps, I think it's called. It's also the big rolling balls that I have that are like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom kind of rolling ball. That's just from the same mod. They also have mimics that are different kind of ball, not that kind of ball. They're giant rolling stone, or some of them are shock. Some of them are made of bones. You've seen mimics? Yeah. Well, there's mimics. I have mimics in Skyrim Underground, so I didn't add the other ones. The other ones from that mod, Trappy Traps, have like a big tongue that comes out of them and pulls you into the chest, and you have to like battle your way out of the chest. So, I mean, that's kind of like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. Okay. I do like the Indiana Jones rolling ball trap, and I do like the ankle trap. Well, here, I'll show you. We'll take a little break here, and I'll show you. I don't think anybody's going to attack me here, so we're going to alt tab, and let me pull up a new window and go here, and then I want to go to, give me a second, I'm looking it up on my upper screen. Alright, they got giant worms too, which are kind of cool here. So, you've got these mimics they'll come out with a tentacle and kind of pull you in. These are the ankle traps that I've got. That's the kind of giant worms. And you see they'll pull you in. So that's kind of freaky, but okay. Also gives you better bear traps. I've got those. They a little more animated. But this is basically this is just the deal for the traps. Bear trap, battering ram, tentacle trap, death worm, mimic. So you can get all these here. And it's just DAR, OAR, AMR, Nemesis. Replacer 1, use a resource, do anything you want. If I look at Dang, it's Mimic, Base Object Swapper, Deadly Bear Trap, Base... So here's where you want to go. Oh, Skyrim has insane traps. Now this is what I'm using. TNTR. Need Trappy Reality. Watch Your Step. I might be using Watch Your Step. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's the hanging trap one. So they've added these around in different places. Yeah, pretty well done. And then, I don't know which one. Let's look at this one. So this one's got the giant worms. O-S-H-I-T. Cave worm mimic, rolling stones, whip, reskin of Apocrypha trap. So I don't think, I'm not using this one. Probably because I saw bugs. But the rolling ball traps are pretty cool. This one, Boulder in Skyrim. That's the one I'm using. So I'll give you a link to that one, and you can find trappy traps from there. So that's a link to Boulder in Skyrim. And that'll give you these things. You're pretty loud. There's no trap chest. Then drop fire, oil. Drop fire and oil in Skyrim. I've got a mod that allows me to any flame will ignite the fire. So, and I've got a mod that I use that I can pull a lit torch on a hotkey, and then I can drop a lit torch on a hotkey, and that'll ignite the oil. But I do like the torch on a hotkey, so I can equip or unequip the torch just using a hotkey. The ones we shoot with oil. Well, and then if I summon my hot girlfriend, she'll light them up too. Well, that sounds like it's a good mod idea. You know, create a chest that, you know, strikes a fire and then put a bunch of oil below it. But then people are going to be looking for, you know, oil. Yeah. Just one more mod, I swear. Biogulch Tower. We don't have a key to that yet, though. I think that's part of another quest or something. So we got to get the Moon Amulet back to Carjo, but I think what we want to do next, that we've been over here, we want to Baldur's Hunting Party maybe, or we want to go here. I listen to that song all the time. Just one more mod, though. Not necessarily. You could probably do it with Spell Perk Item Distributor. You know, and just change the chest using SPID on cell load. So you wouldn't have to modify the, you know, the
I'll make. They never learn.
wouldn't have to modify the cell. It would just swap the model on load. Which makes it far less easier to not have a conflict. Okay, I know where we are. It just happened. I don't know, there's little gnomes. They're installing them while I'm sleeping. I don't know.
Never should have come here.
Oh, okay.
You want to dance with me?
Let's dance.
No more. I yield.
I'll steal your nightshade. We just cut half your face off. That's not good. Let's get a bigger weapon for you, buddy.
Do you even know who I am?
And why don't we turn on some troll blood? We'll get our hot girlfriend in here too to help us out. Alright, come on, let's go.
You get points for effort.
Oh, he just blew
You're
up my
committing
hot
crimes.
girlfriend.
That's not even fair. Ooh, that's a relief.
One cooked minotaur. Tripped and fell on mods. Yeah, they just fell right in. I don't know. So should we check this out? I don't know if we haven't been in here. Should we go in with a bow? We'll go in sneak sniping, so looks like there's a bunch of necromancers in here, so that might be a problem. Fire mage.
Huh? Stop that.
He's pretty tough. Took 3 arrows to drop him. Oh, okay. He set off the rock trap. Take that elf seer to pack in my pipe. Let's go with the... And let's We're gonna go in drunk a little bit. Get rid of our stress. Uh-oh. Bigger weapon.
I highly suggest you reconsider. Set you free.
Oh, we set him free, all right. Freedom. Silver ore. That's worth mining. Mods have a problem with me, excuse, yeah. Headshot. They're coming up the gauntlet. Just keep firing arrows. Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Not good enough. You murder. I liberate.
Who resurrected your butt? Keep that troll's blood going. Keep that stone flesh going too. Because we don't have a follower. So this is what I'm talking about here. We can pull out this and we can just drop it
It's no biggie. Caught me by surprise.
and light that up.
Some
Well,
things I just
that's
can't
a
put up
fire
with.
mage.
I'll avoid that next time.
Alright, give me that. No, give me that.
Sure, I heard something.
Give me that. Take that too.
What was that?
Thanks for holding still. Oh!
I'll see you.
Hardly felt a thing. You faced the impossible.
Moon sugar. Void salts. Do they have anything else cool in here? Death bell. Bunch of gold. So it looks like we can climb over that. Alright, so there should be a key around here somewhere. Hi, Angel. Are you coming up to say hi? Come on. Come on. Angel wanted to come up and say hi. Hi, baby. You're such a good doggy. Vicious killer. Vicious killer, aren't you? Are you a vicious killer? What if I say squirrel? It's squirrel? So she noses me. Your nose is wet and cold. You're a healthy dog. She is a good pupper. Good girl. Okay, you ready to go down? Did you get enough? Good girl. So we're looking for a key, which could be anywhere. Where is the key? Tada key. Is it in the bucket? No. It's a carrot. Does the skeleton have the key? No. Skeleton key. What do you know? What about this bucket? No key in that bucket. We will take the roll of paper though. And I do want the fire salts. I don't know where there's a key. Clam meat?
That's sweet. I've spent years working for that Nord. And a dog can give myself up.
Sounds like there's a word of power in here. Minor Staff of the Sun. A ball of sunlight, 25 points of damage to undead. Well, that one over there doesn't sound like he's undead. So I don't know where the damn key is. Maybe it's over here somewhere. Withered leeks. Lamb meat. No key, a bombing tool. Alright, well I don't know if there's a key around. Yeah, we broke the pottery. Alright, let's do this again. Alright. Then we'll go run up and try to take this guy out.
Keep on keeping on.
Nice shot. So let's do this just because we can. Because I think there's going to be a flame atronach here. Maybe not. Take that unusual gem. Take that too. Fire breath? That's a good one. How are we doing on... We have 4 dragon souls. We'll spend one on fire breath. Spend one on frost breath too. We need to take out some more dragons.
I'll be here all day if that's what it takes.
We could really use some more lockpicks too. We went down to 35 lockpicks.
Masterfully done.
I do love the glowing what are we getting pushed over by? I need to read that. The Mythic Dawn. Saviorin's promissory note. Pull the chain, Batman. What do we got here? Giant lichen. You lichen? I lichen. I want the rolls of paper. We'll take the scrolls too. I want the inkwell also and a quill. You'll find out here in a minute why. Well, when we make it up to let's mine this. We're going to need paper to transcribe the book once we learn how to translate Falmer. And that's how we... No. That's how we learn to be a druid shapeshifter. Up and out. See ya. You're pretty dark. All right. We'll set up a tent. You talk me into it. I don't know if we have enough firewood for a fire. I think we'll just sleep. Till morning. Well, we're not ready to go up a level yet. We don't really want to go south, we want to go east. Should we locate Baldur's hunting party? That's a dryad. That's a lynx that's bleeding out. Where'd this dryad go? This is from one called Unmarked Locations. It's kind of a cool mod.
Given me ample cause.
Yeah, that's a big bad guy. Headshot. Oh, dropped him. All for your spriggin' sap. Well, we got to report back to Nazir. Let's do that rather than deal with Volder. I don't know, we could deal with Volder. Volder's over this way. It's only like 300 feet away. Oh, that's pretty. Squirrel. Gotta catch them all. Oh, that's Hunter's Rest, isn't it? Which means right over here, I left a bow. Right there. This is also where I left Mist.
Yes.
Let's talk about her outfit. We'll give her something nice to wear. What should we dress her in? Yeah, none of those. She'd look good in that one. She'd probably look good in this one too. I think that's the gold one. Yeah. She'd probably look good in Darkborn Rose too.
All right then. Need something?
Yeah, I want to talk to you about your outfit. Let's try her in Darkborn Rose. I think we're wearing Night Veil.
I'll see you around.
Nice. Volder. We're not going to take her with us. So Nazir is that way. Nettlebane's that way. Where's Valder's hunting party is that way.
I really got myself... Hello? You! Thank Kinnereth for you, stranger. I'd almost given up hope of walking away from here.
Who are you?
Name's Valder. I hunt out of Falkreath. We tracked a bear to this den. Good coin for those pelts. We had the big sow cornered when they showed up. 3 of them, out of nowhere. Spriggans. Niels went down before we even knew to run. Ari died just inside. I never even thought the things were real. I may have lost a drop or 2 of blood. Truth is, I'm not going anywhere like this. Hurts to breathe.
I may have a potion to spare.
I just need a little to get going. Much better.
There's your
Thanks,
little to
friend.
get going.
I wouldn't have lasted much longer without that. But now what? I can't just walk away, not with my friends' bodies in there being torn apart by those beasts.
I understand. Let me help you.
You'd do that for a stranger? I don't know what to say. Lead on, I suppose.
Yeah, he's still hurting. Okay. We'll get a little help. Troll's Blood's nice because it helps you regenerate health faster. Stone Flesh is nice, raising your armor class. And having a Flame Atronach not only provides heat, but also kind of a decoy. We just become over encumbered? Yes, we did. Alright, what can I drop? Now at least we can walk.
Is it worth your life?
I'm pretty sure the bear is dead, and I know we got the Spriggan.
Good job, you're so strong.
Alright, we need to get up there.
What was that?
You're
It's
no
done.
obstacle.
Justice.
Oh, stop showing
if you
off.
can call it that.
Lucky hit.
Look, I want you to have this. I know it isn't much.
I'll
but
take all
it's
the blows and
important.
keep standing.
Ari gave me this dagger when we first started hunting together. I always said it brought her luck. You should be the one to carry it now. I'll give them a proper burial, then head back. Come find me if you're ever in Falkreath. You'll always be welcome at my door.
I was trying to get that Spriggan sap. And then I need to come up here because I left some bows up here. 3 of them to be exact. That is an interesting, complex material there. Alright, time to drop some stuff off. We are way too heavy. Runelix dagger? Okay, whose dagger is that? Where the hell did I pick that up? I have no idea. Alright, time to drop off. That one does 31, that one's doing 39. Although Rivendell is a really pretty bow. It's based on concept art by Weta Workshop. Okay, what we need to do is we need to eat a bunch of stuff. Oh, wrong one. You're carrying around 19 goblin ears. Goblin white ears. Okay. Yeah, nothing weird about that. Don't think we need 9 bottles of wine. Eight bottles of that. All right. Food. 6 boiled cream treats. Oh, we have some filled soul gems. We can do some more enchanting, can't we? Let's do some more enchanting, and then we got to drop off some gems. All right, what are we going to do here? Well, let's do something with this. Fire, frost, shock, or fear? Health and stamina, health and magicka. Let's do shock. And do that, gives us more charges. Do something with our daggers. Well, one doing fire. And the other one doing frost. Why don't we put something on our Nothing on our main. We could fortify our light armor. 11 points. Worth it. We have greater soul gems. What else can we do? Hands. Let's do one-handed. 12 more damage. That's worth it. Boots. Carry weight? Or some kind of resistance. Well, they're boots. 15 points ain't much. 15 frost. Let's do 15 frost resistance. 14 frost resistance. And then we're going to do our shawl. Stamina regen, light armor. 8 points. Stamina regen. 10% faster. I don't know, light armor probably. Cloak. 7%. Fire resistance 14. That's probably good for now. Beef up some of our stuff. So one of these is fire and the other one is frost. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. System, mod configuration. Enchanted Arsenal is a really cool. Dagger. And then we want to do frost damage. Dagger. Okay, let's try that. Oh no! It's gonna crash. 2 hours, 56 minutes in. Bummer. Means we're gonna have to do that again. Oh, that was a bummer. Let's see what this says. It's the game engine. HTTP 64. Yeah, everybody drink. So, it might be because I had the weapons drawn. We are going to do this one time, though. So it says changes have been detected. So I think it's a corrupt file in Nemesis. I don't think I added anything. Okay, nothing's in my overwrite, so let's just run it. Oh my gosh. Today was kind of a red letter day. I got to wear shorts and a t-shirt, and I got to do my walk, my 3-mile walk I did barefoot today. It's finally been dry enough and warm enough that I could go without shoes. So that's really nice. I'm not a big fan of shoes. After wearing work boots for so many years, they really messed up my feet. And then if your feet are messed up, then the way you walk changes, and then that messes up your back and how you stand and your posture and everything else. So, yeah, walking barefoot, I'm a big fan of walking barefoot. Unless, of course, it's way too cold. If it's too cold, yeah, I want shoes. I don't like having cold feet. But yeah, living in California, when it warms up, shoes come off. If it's all spiky gravel or whatever, I'll wear flip-flops. Just allow my foot to spread out, be the size that it, wants to be. Not be all confined in a shoe. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I think what kind of led me in that direction was I was hiking in Hawaii, on Kauai, as a matter of fact, doing one of my wife and I's favorite hikes. And there were some local kids, young kids, probably, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, running through the jungle barefoot. You know, and here I am with my hiking boots. And yeah, they did it like it was nothing. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing my feet any favors by putting shoes on them if the kids can do this. And actually, I've seen adults doing it too, hiking barefoot on Hawaii. And they were moving. You know, it's not like they were walking slow or nothing. Okay, so we need to do our enchanting again. So we're doing enchanting. And we can do this one. We did fortify archery. Yeah, we could probably do that. 12% more damage. What's this one? 18% more damage. We're doing the 18% more damage. And then we want to do our weapons. We did one with fire. Right? We're just going to go with 14. We'll go with 12. Kind of a happy medium. The other one, frost. We'll go with 12. Okay. So now we're looking at main, light armor. Light armor by 11 points. So if we do that, it's still 11 points. What if we do that? 7 points. We'll go with the 11. Daedric bow. We're not doing that yet. Let's do the hands. One-handed. Grand. And then we're going to do the feet. Two-handed. Then we're going to do the shawl. I want to do the light armor on that too. Another 7 points. That should be good for now. We could do the earrings. What can we put on the earrings? Archery, light armor. We can do sneak. 12% better. Sneaky earrings. We'll take it. Alright. So now that we did all that, let's put a save right here. Okay. Now let's go to our enchanted arsenal. See if we can get this done this time. Advanced, fire, dagger, fire. So it's Grim 11. What other fire do we have? That's the other one. So let's try this one. Okay, we don't have any. Okay. So that one's kind of bent the wrong direction, but that's definitely fire. So let's try the other one. We gotta look cool, right? Fire damage. We've got Grim 11. So let's try all the way down at the bottom of the list. Foster. Ooh, I like that one better. So we're going to stick with Foster. All right. So now we go back to this. And we're going to go to Enchanted Arsenal. Advanced, Frost, and what do we choose? We choose the one at the bottom, Foster. You can do Spark or Flame, Frost, Cinnabole. It does not like that one. Crap. So that's a problem with that. Cinnabole. So don't use Cinnabole. Did we save it? I think we saved it after we did our enchanting, didn't we? Oh, sacrilege. Okay, we got water. So Foster works, don't use Cinnabole. A support group for overmodding. It's terribly controlled. Well, I don't know if there's such a thing as overmodding. There is no right or wrong way to add mods to your game. And I don't think I went completely overboard. There's 2,084 mods. So when I look at lists like Lorerim with over 4,000 mods, that's getting up there. Is there a bunch that could probably be cut from that? Yeah, probably. Is there a bunch in there that I will probably never use? Probably. And I think a lot of them are like, you know, different presets for characters, all kinds of armor mods, weapon mods, things like that. I think when it comes down to the core, where it's your weather, it's your combat, it's your magic, it's your... So the core gameplay, your creatures, okay, you can probably get all that done in probably about 1,000 mods or less. And then the rest is kind of fluff. You know, whether it's better looking mammoth cheese or, you know, things like that. But I think a core list that would take care of graphics and gameplay, well, I guess better looking mammoth cheese is kind of a gameplay thing, right? All right, let me check and see if they're enchanted. Yes, they are. Okay, we did pretty good on that. That one could use a recharge. And we didn't do the bow yet. Alright, so none of that one, right? Okay, let's do this again. Mod configuration, so we know what we're doing now. We would hope. Advanced, fire, expand, dagger, foster. Oh my gosh, it's going to crash right there? Alright, something else is going on. That's Dragonborn Bestiary. Okay, so I'm guessing that it's not Bestiary that's causing the issue. That's a C++ thing. So I wonder why the C++ files are being corrupt or being a problem. Let's try this again. (2024 February, 2024 October). Hi, Angel. My Windows doesn't like me. I'm playing on broken Windows. Hi, baby. Such a good dog. Mod count don't mean much because you can grab, say, paraglider, add 0, a patch, preferred texture, count is 4, but it's really 1 game modification. Correct. And a lot of, okay, so when I look at like JKs and Lux, there is a ton. Like if you're looking at the right side of my screen, see all those ones that say Lux/JK or Lux/Caden? Those are all patches. All of those plugins are patches to make things work together. So yeah, mod, you know, the amount doesn't really mean a whole lot. Are you going to go lay down? I'll blow in your nose. You're a good dog, but go lay down. Come on. Good girl. Such a good dog. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really mean that much. Plus, when you look at, these are Nico's list specific patches. Everything from here to here, all of that, those are all patches that I've made. And each one of those is a plugin. I mean, granted, they're light plugins, but they're all their own plugin. All right, we're going to give this one more try. If I can't get through adding these effects, then we're going to call it a day. It's getting close to being my dinner time anyway, so. But we're going to try one more time. So yeah, a lot of patches. Then I've got all the consistency patches too. Now the consistency patches, I combined them, but I did break them into groups. So for NPCs, for miscellaneous, for landscape, for other things, anything that needed a consistency patch basically got broken into groups so that I could, just remove one mod if I wanted to change a mod and not have to work too hard to rebuild the patch. I could go into the patch and remove those specific records, rather than digging through a huge all-in-one patch. To me, it was just easier to do it that way. Compartmentalize, is that a word? Okay. Compartmentalize each group. Put them in their own drawer. So if I'm looking for music, all of the music mods, consistency patches in one mod. And I don't have to dig through everything to find the records. It is an awkward word, yes. Compartmentalized. Tongue twister. All right, last try. This is your last chance, game. If you don't work with me, we're turning you off. I'm walking away. So you better work with me. All right. So I'm getting tired of doing this, although we're getting good at it. Okay, yeah, something is definitely wrong. We're done. Thanks everybody for coming by, and until next time, mod it till it breaks and mod it some more. Peace out.